I just want to welcome you to our private view. I'm so happy to meet all of you virtually here. This is in collaboration with Unicorn Children's Foundation and Samia Creative. My name is Amy and I'm the communications manager for Unicorn Children's Foundation. And thank you again for joining us and celebrating our students in our intro to photography class. And I'd like to introduce you to Unicorn Children's Foundation CEO, Sharon Alexander.
Welcome, everybody. We're so excited to be here today. My name is Sharon Alexander. I'm the CEO of Unicorn Children's Foundation. Our organization is 26 years old. We'll be hitting 27 come November. We've had some great programs going on. We were planning to open the Unicorn Connection Center back in March of 2020, but we all know what happened then. So we've had to pivot into virtual programming, which has been a real blessing because we've had an opportunity not only to smash geographic boundaries, but we've gotten to see a lot of interesting work that's going on. We've got instructors, our international instructors. Samia's from England. We've had instructors from France. We've got participants in 13 states and one from Canada. So it's been an exciting time. We're really excited to see what you guys have going on. But our focus is really to create cradle to career pathways for kids and young adults with developmental or learning differences. And we really are here to support the families as they navigate a very complex journey. So I'm really excited to see what you all have been up to in your classes. We're really delighted to be able to offer these programs at a discounted rate, in large part due to a generous gift from Diane Lynn Family Foundation that allowed us to provide the programs at a very nominal cost. And Samia, we're really excited to have you on board creating this program and really helping to cultivate different skill sets. So I want to welcome you all. I'll say good afternoon, good evening, good night, because I know we've got an audience from across the globe. So we're excited to have you here. And I want to introduce Dr. Carrie Morse, who's our programs and business development consultant.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I wanted to say thank you for being here. It means so much to me for so many of you to be able to view the wonderful artwork that our artists have put together for today. So this is a first show for many of them as artists. So I think it's just a great experience for us all to take part in. I wanted to just let you know that after watching this, if you're interested in learning more about our classes, Miss Samia is teaching photography again. We're going to start June 16th, so all are welcome to sign up. All of our classes are inclusive, so if anybody's interested in learning about photography skills, you're welcome to join us. And then we also have other classes. So we have dating and relationships and healthy living, some vocational classes like learning about retail and becoming a barista. Anybody like to make their own coffee in the mornings? Save on Starbucks, right? Okay, so if you want to learn about coffee making skills, you can join our barista certification program. We have Job Club, Daily Living, Spanish Club. ¿Habla español? Sí? No? All right, well, everybody should join us, and cake decorating. So those classes kick off next week, so let me know if you need more information. And Amy's going to include the website in the chat. And then we also have some in-person classes starting in our Boca Raton campus that we're very excited about this summer as well. So I want to say congratulations to the women that are going to showcase their work today. And thank you all for your support in this venture for our creatives.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kerry and Sharon and Amy. So if you didn't catch my name is Samia, or you can call me Sam. I'm a photographer from London. I'm a professional photographer. I've been working in this industry for 16 years in the UK. I also actually studied in art school in the United States for 1 semester, so I do have that connection to the States. Also, Amy and I have been friends for very long, so that's how I came to Unicorn, actually. So the way this course started was because of the pandemic. So I typically teach young people in person in London with diverse learning needs. And I had just set up a meeting with Kerry because I don't necessarily teach in a school, but I have taught in schools as a freelancer. So I was just bouncing ideas with Kerry and asking for brushing up on my teaching, and she just said, hey, do you want to come on board and teach with us? And I was like, wow. So I went away and I wrote a 6-week course, and I thought of all the things that I would want someone new to photography to learn. And I didn't make it a typical course. I made sure that there were lots of variety, so lots of exciting things that you could try out. So things that you wouldn't necessarily think of when you think of photography. So I'll explain more when you see the website, which I'm going to show you. So for this course, it was really important to us that it was accessible. So I made sure that my course materials, in the way I communicate and the tasks that I set, it's all accessible to everybody. So if you would like to come on for the summer course, do come on, and whatever needs you have, I will adapt my course to you. So that's really important for us. It was important for me to make sure that the arts is accessible to everyone, because art school isn't necessarily an accessible area. So it's not a very diverse sector. So I want to make sure that it's, all young people have equal opportunities. So that was really important. Another really important thing about this course is that it's not only just an arts education, but also a life skill education. So because I'm a business woman, I run my own photography business. I also teach how to run your business. So if you want to go ahead and start a photography business for yourself, I teach real life skills about invoicing, speaking to clients, networking, and other real world skills like that. So it's a mixture of being artistic, learning photography skills that are hands-on and practical and vocational, but also learning the skills you need to launch your business in photography. So I hope that gives you a background in my course. So let's show you the lovely website of all the young people's work. So I'm just going to share my screen, bear with me. Okay. So this link is in the chat box that Amy has just put in. So if you would like to see the link, you can go ahead and look in there. We are also going to email it out to everybody. So this is the homepage. So the homepage is a culmination of kind of the best photos of all our students' work from the class. So it's kind of a pick and mix of the best stuff, really. It's to make sure that you want to go on and look at the rest of the work. So each image will have a title like this as you hover over. When you click into the photo, it will open wide, but then the information does say to please go ahead and look at the person's portfolio, which is what we'd like you to do. So at first, you can go ahead and look at the About page. So there's a menu at the top left-hand corner. And when you click on About, you get the information about our course. So as Sharon said, we are breaking geographical barriers with our course, which I think is fantastic. Like I said, this wouldn't have come about if it wasn't for the pandemic. The young people are from across the United States. So even if I was in Florida, this may not be possible, So this is a great way to make sure that everyone can take part. And even, again, hosting an online Zoom for a private view is another great way to ensure that they get the real world experience, because this is exactly what you would do if you finished a body of work at high school or university or in your career. So this is why we're all here. So do sign up for the summer course. There's a link right here for your ease. And if you do feel inspired to become a donor, there is also a link right there. Feel free to share both of those links with anyone you think who might be interested. There's more information about Unicorn and a great picture of everybody at Unicorn. Also, please do share Unicorn social media links and give them a follow, because that would be a great help. If you do forget anything we've said, again, you can use the About page. There's a bit about me and again, my social media. And there's our contact details as well for Kerry. If you have any questions about the rest of the education courses that are available, and then myself, and also just email about other things for Unicorn is right there. If you look at the lower right hand corner, there are social media links that are on every page. So you can always access Unicorn social media. So we'll go straight onto the meat of the website. So if you click onto the top menu, you can select work and there'll be a drop down menu and you have the name of each person from our class. So I'll go ahead and click Victoria. Victoria is a business owner herself. So if the young people have business websites or business social media, I have included it right here. So please do follow her social media. She makes wonderful bracelets. She makes hats that she knits herself. So it's a great way to, you can bookmark her website and think of it at Christmas time, or just share her link. It's a great way to engage and support the young people. And then once you scroll down, you can see their whole portfolio. So you can scroll and see everything at once, okay? But it would be great if you could also click into the images. So I'll click into this first picture here. So this image is called Victoria's Decisive Moment. So in each class, we focus on either a famous photographer and their work, or we focus on a practical photography business skill, okay? So this class was about art history or photography history. We looked at a French photographer called Henri Cartier-Bresson. So he was known as one of the masters of photography, and he coined a very famous phrase called the decisive moment. And this is essentially a photography philosophy that we still use today. So the decisive moment is basically waiting for that exact kind of nanosecond to hit the shutter button, okay? So in 150 years ago, Henri Cartier-Bresson would have been walking around with his camera. It would have been really heavy, and he wouldn't have had many pictures that he could take before he had to change everything in his camera. So he would go out in the rain in Paris and he would just stand there and he would just wait and wait for hours. He was known to wait for hours in the rain, and then he would just click that shutter. And he actually has a very famous photo where a man in a top hat is jumping over a puddle in Paris. So this is why Victoria's photo really stands out to me, because she has captured almost exactly that inspiration from his image. Later you can go ahead and Google him if you want, and you'll see that picture come up. That's his most famous image. Another thing that I taught in class is to not be embarrassed by your surroundings. So often if you're taking pictures outside, people might look at you. So I said, hey, don't worry what other people are looking, or if they're saying something, don't worry about it, just smile at them and just do what you want to do. I said, if you squat down, you'll get a more unique angle. And it's normally a step that other people don't want to take because it's embarrassing for them. Victoria told me here that she went on a long walk with her mum out of the way in her neighborhood. And then she safely kind of climbed around this bridge and she crouched down and she waited for her mum to run. And if you pay close attention, her mum's feet are off the ground. So it's like her mum is flying, and it's a great way to kind of describe what the decisive moment is in photography. So well done to Victoria. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through the other guys' profiles as well, so bear with me. So you'll hear from the young people in a second, and they'll go through in more detail about their experience on the course. So I'm just going to quickly run through their pages with you. So this is Tiana. Miss Tiana, welcome. So one cool thing about Tiana's profile picture is this is a photo she took in class. So again, to the same brief that I was just speaking about the decisive moment, Tiana was experimenting with motion, and she had a handheld selfie tripod, and she basically jumped and took the photo on auto shutter. So it was taking pictures and she jumped in her house with the tripod. And this is her self-portrait of her experimenting with that, which I think is great. So it's great when everybody, not only young people on this course, but everybody brings their own unique thinking and their own ideas, and you might have unique pieces of equipment or things you want to take pictures of in your house, and I absolutely encourage that because you get unique results. One other picture that I love of Tiana's is this photo montage. So a photo montage is when you take lots of pictures of one scene to create one overarching picture. So you take lots of little pictures to create one image, right? And one thing that is quite typically known in photography is if you should look at what people take photos of, right? Because it shows you what they actually care about. And here, Tiana chose to go to her friend's house and take pictures with her friend and their dog. And if you pay attention, the dog, you can see the dog getting excited. So the dog's still, and then he's like jumping, right? So you see him moving through time. And she actually absolutely nailed what David Hockney wanted to do when he invented the photo montage. So he became famous for photo montages, and he also showed the passing of time through lots of different photos. But David Hockney actually is famous for taking photo montages of spaces rather than people, and people were in the minority of his work. But Tiana focused on the people, and she created this when everybody else created a room. So again, everybody reacts uniquely to their brief, and you learn things about them as well, which I love. Okay, cool. So we'll go on to Cameron. And last but not least, Cameron. Oh, yes, there we go. So again, I love this picture to the brief, the same brief, the decisive moment. Capturing a moving object absolutely frozen in time is very hard to do, and it's what sports photographers professionally do. So the fact that my young people were able to do this with no previous experience is, you know, I'm always so impressed by their work. Another thing that Cameron was amazing at is retouching. So in this course, we use a website called photop.com, and it is a replica of the industry software Photoshop. So it's a free website, okay? So it's accessible to everybody. By using Photop, it means that the skills that I'm teaching them now for retouching and image restoration and other things, the same tools are used in Photoshop, and the same tools are used in the industry. So what I learned when I was a young person, I still do professionally. So these skills are for life. And it's another really important thing. Cameron's Photoshop skills were amazing for someone who doesn't do Photoshop, who had no previous experience. So this person's face was covered in freckles, and she actually removed all of them. Another challenge that Cameron had was she sometimes had connectivity issues. So she had the added challenge that the others didn't have of speaking to me via her cell phone whilst editing with the other hand on her laptop. And I think, you know, that's such a hard thing to do while on Zoom and everything's live and you're using two devices to then create really great work. It really shows how great her skill level and dedication was to the course. So well done, Cameron. So now I'll stop sharing and I'll introduce our first young person. So if you guys are ready, Victoria, would you like to go first? If you can unmute your mic and share your screen, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
So this is my article, as Miss Sam was showing me, of my business and my workshop. And this is a picture of my mom that I took a cool picture of her in my neighborhood. And the cool part about this picture is you can see all the clouds and all the houses and all the trees. And I got this cool pic of her with her feet up, and I thought that was cool. It looks like she's flying. And I took this picture of me modeling with my hat, and I also have a business, and my business is www.vkgocreations.com, and I have so many hats on there. And I thought this was cool because I liked how I did this shot, because the artist that we talked about, Nick Knight, he inspired me of his two pictures that he took. And I thought that was really impressive.
Awesome.
And this picture of here, this is my workshop that I took. And I took different pictures. and I had to put them in a montage. And I just love how I did the blue because that's the color of my workshop in my room. And that was really cool. And I just love how I did it. And then this picture, we had in class, Miss Sam taught us how to retouch the face and get rid of all the spots all over her. And as you know, she had freckles, but we took them off. And it was really cool because we got to learn how to use the photopea and put the picture on there. And it was just really cool because we can do that with any picture. Let's see. How do you get the arrow? The arrow, okay. Where? Hold on just a second.
There should be an X on the top right-hand corner of the screen. You might have to move your browser. Are you able to do that to see it?
Oh, there it goes.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
So, and then I took this cool picture because this is my favorite baseball team where I'm from, Houston, Texas. And we play over there, and I love going there. And I love baseball because baseball's my other favorite sport. And I took this picture, and I got a lot of cool shots. And I came home, and I put it together. And it was just really cool. And the Minute Maid is in Houston, Texas, in downtown. And this right here, Miss Sam gave us an assignment of her friend, and it was her birthday. And this is her when she was little. So we got to retouch this picture, and we had to fix it to make it look new. And it was just really cool how she taught us that. And then this picture right here, this is her this is another picture of her friend when she was little. And we got to retouch it like the other pictures we did, and we made it brand new. And do you guys have any questions? Oh, my 4 questions I have. My questions are, what did I learn into Intro to Photography? Well, I learned from photography that Miss Sam taught us a lot because she inspired us to take this class, and we want to learn more from her. And she's just an awesome person because she's very awesome at what she does. And I want to learn from her on more about photography. And then the other question I wanted to share was, how did I create the work Intro to Photography? Well, I learned, sorry, hold on, let me get some water. Well, I wanted to create a lot more of the work because it really shows me how to use photopea, and it's just awesome. And I just love everything about it because it's really fun, and I want to learn more from it. And number 4, I chose number 4 because I like what it said. So what did I use to create the work? I like to create the work because it's just fun, and I love it because it shows me how to use the computer, and it shows me how to fix all the work on there. And then number 6, who did I meet in class? Did I like making friends? Were they nice? Yes, Miss Sam, she was very nice because she helped me a lot with explaining things and showing me how to use photopea, and she's just awesome. So those are my questions.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
No
Go ahead
problem.
and your share screen now. That was amazing. Thank you so much. And you are an absolute joy to have in my class. I'm so glad you're coming back next term. It's going to be so fun having you in the class again.
Yes, ma'am.
Well done on presenting. Thank you. So you can go ahead and end your share.
Oh, sure.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Well done. That was
Thank
amazing.
you. I just was a little nervous because I was excited.
No worries. We're all nervous. It's okay. It's normal. Okay, great. So you can go ahead and mute your mic, and I will now introduce Tiana. You're up next. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead and
Let me
share.
just pull it up.
Yeah, no worries.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, hold on. I just
No
had it up. The
It's
the
okay.
link. Okay, wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, share my screen. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm trying to click on my thing, but it's not letting me click on
So
the.
if you go to the top right-hand menu where it's, do you see where it says the word work?
Yeah.
And then hover there and then click on your name. That's it.
Okay.
Well done. If you just click on your name, it should load. Yes, great.
Okay, so as most of you guys know me, I'm Tiana, and like Victoria, we did retouching and stuff. So I retouched this one, and in my own way, we use these different tools we used to retouch the pictures. One of them was the droplet, and the other one was the stamp and the paintbrush. And we used those tools to retouch and add whatever we wanted to our pictures, which I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like with this picture that I used on my Mount Everest picture, I used whatchamacallit, I used a crayon and a marker, and I did this. I added the sun and I added some birds, like they're on a wire with this picture, and that one I already shared. And this one, we touched this one as well, and I did a really good job. Like if you see the little mark there, I kind of was trying to fix it, but I kind of made a mistake, so I'm gonna try to do better next time. And with this one, we took pictures in decisive moment. So I was taking a picture, and my mom was like literally just standing, coming out of her room, and she didn't even know. So I just took it as she was coming out of her room.
Tiana, do you remember what Victoria said about that picture? Do you remember what she said she liked about it?
No, I do not. I do not remember.
She thought it was really cool that you played with angles, because you do it quite a lot in your work. You like to choose. Remember, you were teaching her about angles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, and so I used different, when I did photography class in my when I was in high school, they taught me how to use different angles. So I used this angle of my mom coming out of her room, and Victoria really liked it. So I used what I learned from photography club in high school and used those skills with this class, and I think I really did a good job. And then with this decisive moment, me and my mom walked with our neighbor and stuff. So I used this, and as we were walking, I used my mom's phone, and my mom and her friend Galena are walking, and I was walking by myself or with friends, and this is in the old neighborhood where I used to live too. So
did you go there for the photo shoot? Because do you remember you were saying that you were going to visit your neighborhood to take pictures specifically?
Yeah. So this is my old neighborhood, so where I did it. And then I did a self-portrait of me jumping up in my room using my selfie stick. And my closet door open, which I forgot to close. So you guys can see my closet.
I like it. It's cool. I like that everything is blue. I think it tells us.
Yeah,
about-
because you know why everything's blue is because my room is a beach theme room.
I thought it was your favorite color.
Well, that too,
Yes.
but it's also because of my beach theme room. So, and so yeah, so that's me in my room, and that's pretty much for my pictures and stuff. And the questions, I like the people in the class, and the friends that I actually made are Victoria and Cameron and Sam. And making new friends really helps me connect and meet
Yeah.
new people and like continue to keep in touch with them and stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm
Tiana, you were really good at.
very sociable. I like to like
Yeah.
make new friends and talk to them and
Yeah, Tiana actually set up
Montage.
a group for us so that we can stay in touch after the class is finished, because that's how much she cares about keeping in touch with everyone. And I think it's great. And she was like that throughout the whole course. And it really, I think we had such a nice class, didn't we? Everyone was so nice to each other.
Yeah.
It really helped. You know, it was just so enjoyable, the whole course, even for the teacher.
Yeah.
So what kind of cool stuff that was new did you learn about photography?
Well, learning how to use the tools and also how to use them.
Yeah. So you enjoyed the photo P stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tiana. That was fantastic. I'm really proud of you. So thank you so much. That was a great presentation.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We had a question in the chat.
Oh, okay.
For Tiana from
Tiana.
Angela. Do you have a Jack Russell, and what's your dog's name?
Tiana, I think that's a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a Jack?
My dog's name is Angel, and he's up in New Hampshire. And I do not have a Jack Russell.
Awesome, thank you.
We also had Sabrina London had a question. She had her hand raised. So Sabrina, if you want to take yourself off mute and you can go ahead and ask your question.
Shout out to my best friend. I'm very proud of you.
Sabrina
Thank
gave
you,
a shout out
Brittany.
to
Thank
her
you.
best friend. That's so
Thank
nice,
you.
Sabrina.
That's so lovely. Thank you, Sabrina. Okay, so up next we have Cameron. Cameron, are you ready? Go ahead and share your screen. And unmute your mic, please, as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So hi, my name is Cameron. Here's my little my portfolio. Can't talk today.
You're doing great.
Thank you. And here's this photo that I took of my brother throwing a basketball. I really like this photo because we were trying very hard for him to throw the ball and me to get a picture of it. So finally he was like, okay, I'm gonna count down. I'm like, okay, threw it, and I got the photo. And so it was really a good way for me to learn, okay, be patient, you'll get through it. Like, so that's one thing Miss Sam taught me was be patient, you'll get the good photo. So yeah, so I love that photo. And then this photo, we were learning how to like take away the freckles and everything. And you know, you had to take I had to learn how to take my time and get it done. But it was really it turned out really good. And I'm very glad that, you know, I stuck to it and I took my time and I was able to do it. So yeah. And then this one was one of my first photos that I did. I had to try and
You're removing the scratch marks and stuff.
Yeah, I was taking those away. Thank you. And it was actually very, you know, it was you
It's
had
hot,
to,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was really cool. It was an awesome thing to learn, but I definitely think that, it's something that you could do with different photos, everything that we've done so far. And it's really cool. And then this one, I took a picture of roses in a vase, and I really sort of like staggered them to make it look like a vase full of flowers, and it was really fun.
It came out great. I love it.
Thank you. And then this one I took a picture that we actually took from Disneyland, because that's where we love to go on vacation. And that was when we were like trying to stack it on top of each other.
Yeah.
And it was really fun because, I was like, I'm just going to take a picture from Disneyland that we took one day. So yeah. And I think that's it.
Great. So can I ask you some questions, Cameron, if that's okay? So what was your favorite thing about the class?
I loved that we learned new things, and that the things that we learned we could use like whenever we want to like take a photo and we need to fix something, and it's just really cool that we got to learn that.
So you feel like you can use those skills whenever you want to fix a picture or play with a picture. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about the class and like the friends and everybody in the class?
I really enjoyed it, making new friends with Tiana and Victoria, and of course Miss Sam. It was really enjoyable because I think that we get to we're going to be staying in touch, of course, but it was really fun because we all got to like help each other out, like, oh hey, like
Yes,
use this angle, or oh, why don't you try this or something. We were able to help each other, which was nice.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you practice patience quite a lot on this course.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you. You didn't really show me that you were losing your patience, but also I was trying to make sure that you knew that I was proud of you, and I was reassuring you because it's on Zoom, so everybody has technical difficulties. So that's never a reflection of your self-worth, because we all show up and we all try, right? So
Yeah.
I think you did fantastically, and thank you so much.
Yes,
well done.
Thank you. Yes, because it's with that one photo, we were just like, me and my brother both were just like, okay, let's done.
I love that it was a collaboration of effort of you and your sibling. That's so cool. Yes. And now like he has that picture and he can show off with that picture. He can like post it on social media.
Yes, and it was funny because he just learned how to balance a basketball on his finger.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I was like, okay, Betty, why don't you show me how you throw it up in the air?
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Okay. So yeah, it was kind of
great.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cameron. Well done.
Thank you.
We had two people ask how many times how many shots did it take to get that picture? How many times did it take you?
It was probably like 4 or 5 times. Oh, here he is.
Okay,
thank you, buddy. It was probably about 4 or 5 times because I was he was sitting down at first, and then he was just throwing it and I couldn't get the shot. And then finally he stood up and we counted down, and then he finally threw it and I got the shot, and I was just so happy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sam, I think you're on mute.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. Is there one last question for Cameron?
Does anyone have any other questions?
Were there 2 questions?
Are there?
Those were the same question.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Okay, we'll have a question and answer session at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cameron. Well done. Okay, so now I would like everyone
to join me in applause for the young people. So instead of sharing my screen and showing the certificates on screen, I'm going to hold them up to the camera so that the young people can see all of you clapping for them. So this is something we typically do in art school. When you show a project or you've shown your work to the class, at the end, everybody usually claps in support for you. So I think this is a really nice way for them to feel that community feeling and also get that experience that they would have if we were all in person. So what I'll do is I'll hold the certificates up and I'll say the person's name and we can all clap for them, and we'll do it for each person, okay? So, oh, please unmute, everybody unmute your mics for this, for this to work, okay? So first up, I want to say congratulations to Victoria. Well done. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Miss Tiana. Well done.
Good job, my daughter.
Okay. And next up, we have Cameron. Give it up.
Way to go, Cameron.
Thank you.
Nice job.
I'm very proud of all of you. I've emailed all of those certificates to you. So if you guys want to print them out, stick them on your wall, send us a picture of you with the certificate, that would be great. So that's for you. That's for completing the course. So well done, okay? I'm really proud of all of you. And it's been an absolute pleasure being your teacher. And of course, Victoria, I'll see you again in the next round of classes. So that's going to be fun. For anyone wondering, I am creating new classes. So if you do want to come back, you'll have all new content to learn, okay? And I also take requests. So if you have anything that you'd like to learn and you'd like to join my class, I can build that into the course for you, okay? Okay, so now it would be great if we had some more questions from the audience to Unicorn, to myself, or to any of the young people. So you can do this by showing your hand on Zoom. You can do this by reacting, by clicking reactions, or you can put your hand up physically in your camera and someone can call you out.
Sam, 3 participants have raised their hands. Now 4 of them have their hands raised.
Okay, I just want to point out that if you don't want to speak on camera, you can also type into the chat and we will read your questions out. Okay, so Sabrina, do you want to unmute and go ahead? Sabrina, do you have a question?
Sabrina, yeah.
Sabrina's typing up her question now.
Okay.
Deanna, what inspired you to take this class?
What inspired me to take this class is I wanted to learn more about photography and use the skills that I didn't learn when I was in photography club in high school.
Awesome, thank you, Tiana. Alyssa, do you want to go next?
Hi, great job, everybody. So my question was like, how many of the 3 had a love for photography before the class, and how many people like totally fell in love with it from taking the class?
Well, I wanted to take it because I wanted to learn a new skill and I wanted to learn how to take pictures.
I wanted to take it because to learn how to like learn more skills and to learn to use the tools on Photopea. So that way whenever I have my own business and stuff, like I can learn how to use them and create my website on wix.com so with my pictures, so that way everybody can like see them and I can create a business with it.
Yeah, I loved taking photos before I did the class, and I wanted to kind of expand my knowledge of photography and learn how to edit photos and how to do those things to help me become a better photographer.
That is so amazing. I love seeing like how happy it makes you all. So great job. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's true, we're all happy, including me. Okay, so next up we have Jennifer. Jennifer, would you like to say your question?
Sure. So I have a little bit of first the comment and then I'll get into my question. But I just wanted to say thank you so much to you, Samia, for taking the time to create this amazing class. I have just seen my daughter blossom so much and take her creativity to a whole nother level. And it's something that for me as a mother that I appreciate so much. I myself, I love photography. And so watching Victoria grow and connect with this on her own via Zoom from someone like you and from, from the girls in the class, it's just been something so beautiful to watch. So I really want to send you lots of kudos for taking the time to put together this awesome class. And to the whole Unicorn Children's Foundation, I can't say thank you enough for all of these amazing classes. As a parent, having this outlet for my daughter to be able to, be creative and just work on things, here at home via Zoom, it's just been really awesome. And I'm just so glad for all of the classes that have been offered. So thank you all so much. The questions that I wanted to ask to each of the artists is, how do you feel now having gone through the class? How do you feel about overcoming the challenges that you did when you were learning something new? How did that make you feel?
I wanted to learn how to use PhotoPiece. So my mom and Miss Sam showed me how to use the app. And the toughest part that I accomplished is that I was trying to use all these apps on there, and then I had to raise my hands, ask Miss Sam to show me how to do it. So that really helped me a lot. Now I'm able to take that picture and fix it.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
With me, the challenge that I learned is that to use Photopea and the tools that we used, and using our selfie stick and doing it like in different areas, like in our neighborhoods, outside, inside our house. No matter where we go, you can take a picture and use your techniques and your skills.
I think it was very I personally think that it was important for all of us to know that like we could take these skills we could take out of the class, and skills that we could like continue to work on. And there's some things that like we all helped each other with, but we also all like had to learn, like, okay, we need to ask for help, or hey, like, what did you guys do? Or like, give each other kind of like feedback, which I thought was really special, because we all kind of were like, okay, like, we were able to kind of bounce ideas off of one another. And even with Miss Sam, like, she kind of helped us learn that these skills are very, ask for help if you need help. So
how did you guys feel about having family members be models? How did you like doing that?
It was everything, because it's like you're a photographer taking pictures of the models, but they're really your family. That's really cool.
That's awesome.
I loved it. I really loved it because it really helped me with a lot of things, like the getting to know the environment a lot more when I'm outside, and to get my pictures a lot bigger.
Yeah, it was, to me, it was very it was fun, but at the same time you're kind of you have to kind of be like, okay, this is what I kind of need you to do right now, and can you please do it? Or like, being able to explain, like, okay, this is what I want you to do. And it was just fun for me, because it was something that it was really fun.
Well, thank you guys, ladies.
Awesome. I just wanted to
say, that it's true what Cameron was saying. Everyone pitches in when somebody's stuck in class. If someone has a question, everyone helps. And I think that's such a unique dynamic that we had in our class, and it's really special. And it's a testament to the young people that I had in the class, the young women. And you all did great. So thank you. And Cameron, I'm glad that you you found my course fun, but also like you had to do some work, and it was a nice way to do work.
Yeah, and it was fun because I mean, you know, it was fun work. So
cool. I'm so glad. Okay, so up next we have Sabrina. Would you like to say your question, Sabrina?
And what was your favorite photo to take? And I enjoyed your work.
Tiana?
Yeah, I think you're on mute.
Yeah. Thank you, Bree. My favorite photo to take is of pretty much the environment outside of the apartment and when I'm walking in the old neighborhood.
And my favorite photo was the picture I took of my mom with her feet up, because that was a great shot.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for that great question, Sabrina. Up next is Michelle.
Ladies, you guys did an amazing job. I'm so impressed with the creativity of the photos, the angles, you all have an eye for art. And my question to you all is, well, first, before I say that, like, Tiana, your Zoom special effects are very impressive. I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you.
My question to you all is, where do you find the inspiration for your creativity?
I went to download.
What inspires you to pick up your camera and take a picture of it?
Nothing happens when I go to download.
Pretty much the environment.
You did a photography exhibit.
The natural environment outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, love nature.
Yeah.
And yes, that came through in Tiana's work. And when she spoke about her plans to take pictures, she would say, I'm going to go outside and go to my old neighborhood. And those are things that she went out of her way to do to make time for her photography. And then, does anyone else want to say what inspires them? Yes, go ahead, Victoria.
So the artist, Nick Knight, he really inspired me because he had a lot of colorfulness in his artwork. And that's what really inspired me to take that two pictures of me that I took with my hat and I colored on it. That's what really inspired me, because he had so much detail in his work.
yeah, I think with me, I personally was very, like, I would see photos and I kind of would think it through a little bit and go, okay, how can I make this happen? I'll like trying to figure it out and kind of bounce, like try and be like, okay, how can I do this? Can I, like, do I need to use this angle or that, or just being able to like look at some, like kind of like what Victoria was saying, like other people, seeing other people's work was very helpful, because you know, you could see, oh, that's kind of cool. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Does anyone else have a question?
Angela, did you have a question?
Well, most of my questions were answered, but I just want to give a shout out to Samia. Thank you so much for being an amazing instructor. I'm ready to sign up for your class as long as my schedule permits. So you will see me in class.
That's awesome.
And, yes, and just want to give a shout out to the girls. I can't wait to be a part of the group. So hopefully I can catch up with what you've taught us here today. And just thank you for everyone for joining. This has been, I needed this after today, this morning. This has been wonderful. And I just want to give a shout out to everyone for being here and being a part of it, especially Dave from California. And we've got Australia, Ian, we've got Joseph from the UK, and you being the instructor in UK. So thank you. We're across the board here. So it's wonderful. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and I'm so happy that you're coming on board
Yes.
with the class next semester. I also just wanted to reply to Victoria's mum for her really sweet comments. I really, really appreciate your feedback, and you've been very supportive of my teaching from the beginning. And I just want to kind of highlight that Unicorn themselves have been supporting me as a teacher, as a freelancer, across the ocean. And it's not really a normal thing to just hire someone in another continent. It's it's very unique to the pandemic, but what a crazy and cool opportunity. And I'm so happy to be here with you guys, because it's definitely both ways. I also feel very fulfilled when I teach this class. So it's not just me, helping the young people, but also everybody gains something, right? And I think it's important to acknowledge that this is such a great opportunity for everybody involved. It's such a wonderful, safe space for everyone. So thank you to everyone for all of your questions and for showing up.
We actually have one more question, Oriana.
Yeah. I have a question for you guys. Has anyone ever taken photos underwater?
I haven't taken any photos underwater. It's something I've always wanted to do, but I haven't taken any yet. Have any of the young ladies in the course taken any pictures underwater? Because I think cell phones these days, some of them, that you can take pictures underwater, but I haven't tried it.
No, I haven't, but I would love to try that.
Same, I would love to try it, but I haven't quite yet.
Maybe it's something we can see if we can experiment with on the course. Thank you for your question, Oriana.
And we have another question for Victoria. Do you think that you will sell your photography art from the techniques that you've learned in this class? She's on mute.
Victoria? Did she hear your question?
Victoria, you're on mute.
Sorry.
There you go.
There we go. I'm sorry about that. It was upside down. Well, yes, I would like to sell my I like to do that because that will be another thing that I like to put in my products, because it will be a good skill, because a lot of people out there like stuff like that. And it'll be really cool to do that.
That's awesome, Victoria. And if you need any support with that, just let me know.
Most definitely.
Oh, Victoria, you already have someone saying they'd like to buy a photo of yours. So maybe it's something you definitely do.
So we've got pre-orders coming in, Victoria. Get that business started soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Amy, is there any other questions?
Not that I see.
Okay. Okay, so if that's all the questions for now, shall I hand over to Kerry for closing the event?
Yes, I want to echo everybody. Samia, you have been wonderful. Everybody can tell through the computer screen your heart and your generosity, and how you just lift up and support young people in their artistry and their creative, but also in their just in their way of life and independence and how they feel about themselves. So I want to say thank you. We have a long-lasting relationship that we are going to continue. So more of these events to come. We can't wait to do another one next session. And I want to thank everybody at Unicorn Children's Foundation. Amy and Samia, they worked really hard on this event together along with the artists. They put in a lot of work. So thank you guys for your continued dedication, and thank you all for tuning in. It really means a lot for you all as a community to support this effort. So thank you all so much. And we will record this session and have the link available for those that could not show. So we'll share it on our website, and Amy will also share it via email. So thank you all for attending.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye, ladies. Great job, ladies.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.